Hi guys and welcome back to another Frieren Friday. This will be the 8th Frieren Friday. We are checking out episode 8 today. Naturally, I'm not going to talk about it for too long, but I did see some of the comments from the last episode and I kind of stopped checking the comments because yes, I understand that there was a lot of conversation happening within the comments in the most recent episode, in episode number 7, but I felt like there was kind of conversation that was leaning into spoiler territory, and so I made a decision to stop looking at them to preserve my first time experience for this series. And so I will learn more about these demons. I will learn more, and anything I learn will be from these episodes, and I hope that you guys can appreciate that and that you will please refrain from spoiling anything within the comments. I understand that you might want to share information and how you felt when you watched the episode or how you feel now, but please, if you could do so without spoiling any of the actual content within these upcoming episodes. Thank you though for all the feedback. I really do appreciate it in episode number 7, but I am just now ready to check out episode number 8, so here we go. Ooh, okay. We're going back to where we were. We're going back to this scene, okay, so we've seen this. The fight is already over. She's just letting you do that. I mean, oh shit, among the strongest. She's not a human, she's an elf, so does she have some kind of different type of magic? But I can do something about you. That's so funny. Hell yeah, she did. Oh my god. Oh. Shit. Damn. Didn't even use magic then to kill him. Or maybe she did. That's one down. That was pretty cold, Frieren. That was badass. Haven't seen her move like that. Surely. I mean, you can also just walk out of there, which is kind of crazy. Oh, there's a decapitated knight. Here we go. Eating a burger, let's go. It's the most fantasy thing you can get, right? Sure is. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, the little kitty! Fern is gobbling that shit down. Does she sense something? Yeah, that's smart. That's a good play. I wonder if he put her there on purpose? So that she would be here when shit went down? Yeah. He did not look at us whatsoever. I wonder if when he was younger he remembered seeing Frieren or anything like that. Stark, I'm sure you can take him. Well, I don't know actually, but it looks as though I've wet myself. Oh no. Use a pre-distinction or whatever it's called. It was just beer or orange juice, whatever the kids were drinking. He's so real. I love that he's very courageous, but he is also the way that he is. Like, he's kind of a mix of both. Oh shit, is it Graaf? It is. What is he here for? Why would you share that? Damn. You're dealing with people who are servants Envoys of Aura, the executioner, the guillotine. And someone's missing their head and you're not going to think that's weird? Yeah. Ah, yes, we got our head screwed on. Let's go. Head screwed on, that's kind of ironic wording. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight, though. Because they don't care about killing guards. Maybe they won't. Blood magic? Holy shit, yep, okay. It looks really good though. I love the way that the blood magic's working. Overjoyed that we can use violence. What are words? Ah, they're a weapon. What we use, what we demons use. We can use weapons, we can use words, and we'll still win. Oh. Okay, it pierced his side, so... Wild beasts. You say you're wild beasts, but do you care about Drat, the guy who just died? You did kind of just say like... Frieren just walking past. You did say like that fool and you know, the girl did seem a little worried, so I don't know if they actually care about their own or not. It's hard to get a read on that right now. But they do follow Aura, so there's some respect there or an order to things. Yeah, but now he's gone. Yeah, so it looks like we did it. I'm out. Peace. Yeah. Ooh. Where does strength come from? Your strength comes from within you. You can take them on, you can win. Please. We need your guidance. We're but bobbies in this world. Oh, the smile. I think she's proud of Fern. And she also knows how Stark is at this point. Everything's going according to plan. Is she gonna go out and seek Aura herself? So they're gonna deal with the two in the town and she's gonna go seek Aura. Oh shit, let's go. That's cool. I really like that. I like the transition there too. Don't know what that was. It was kind of like a lantern type thing. There she is. I see pink hair. Ooh. Or the guillotine. She's got a cool design. I'll give her that. She's got the skills of judgment, skills, I don't know. Oh, that smile. That's a sick and twisted smile from Frieren. I've never seen her like that before, but I'm excited to see that fight. Oh, per Stark's probably freezing. Yo, little spider monkey. She can fly. Yeah. But he's so sweet for reaching down, trying, like, wanting to help, you know? I want to see this team. I want to see what they can do together. I hope that we get to see some teamwork and not just like individual fighting. She's got a point. Granted, they don't know what has happened, you know? So she has a point is from her perspective, she has a point. When we know more, and it's kind of like, damn, if they had have gone to the front, you know, maybe things would have been okay. Does he know they're coming? While the Elder's Siege of Destruction, okay. Developing a single killing spell, but it was effective. A single kind of magic? What's that? Is it your own type? Is every demon kind of like... doing their own thing. Blood magic is so cool. I know it's kind of gross, but like it's so cool. Flame's defensive barrier. Oh, that's so cool. It's all Flame. 1,000 years ago she protected this place and it's still protected. That's kind of crazy just how powerful she is. Oh? We're gonna... Aww. I'm from that sprout. Genius, yep. I despise geniuses. Oh. That is true. Are you just imitating what you see humans do, or is this something you know works for demons as well? But I'm wondering if Lugner can control other people's blood as well as his own, or if it's just his own. Bloodborne? Blood and the moon together? It's crazy. Yep, but... Aww, you thought you'd pass? Oh, careful not to cut him. I'm glad that Stark's fear isn't being treated as this like cowardly thing, and it's kind of like a normal thing. Yo, I love this. Oh god, oh no, I didn't think they'd be back so soon. Oh no, oh no. Alright, Fern, come on. Straight for the neck. Go on, straight for the neck. He's not looking at us. Oh, oh, Stark. Let's go. He is fast. He took your arm. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's gonna be. Oh, he's a really dangerous person to be fighting, because you chop off a piece of his body, that piece of his body will turn into a weapon. Well, the blood will anyway. Alone? Why would you give her away? You gave her away. Here she comes. Did she get his ass? Oh, maybe not quite, but that was a damn good shot. Oh, this shot of Fern. Oh my god. I know this spell. It's Qualls. Ordinary offensive magic. Soul track, yeah. Is this like an upgraded version of Zoltrak? Like a Frieren special? Shit, we're retreating. I mean, it's the right call here, but you could probably have taken them out. He was very damaged, and now they know that you're powerful. It's... You kill the warrior. Ooh. Oh no. Ah, that's... I never thought. Modified to specialize in killing demons? Ooh. It's demon killing spell. Another mage? Could that mage be Frieren? Oh shit, really? So he does recall her. Ooh. Yo, Frieren is so cool. It was so long ago. Are they all headless? Oh my god, the shot! Oh, such cold eyes. Oh, those eyes are cold. Episode 8, Frieren the Slayer, one of the geniuses I despise. Oh, that was sick. That was a great ending. I need more. And that was Frieren episode 8. This one was much more straightforward than the previous one. We were really telling the story within this town, and I think that they did a great job of informing us of this town's history a little bit, giving us some more information about the demons, what they're here for. But the main meat of this episode was seeing what Frieren could do and learning about Frieren's past just a little, just enough to kind of give us context for her reasonings for certain things. A really kind of like crackpot theory that I had while I was editing episode number 7 is that Flamme may have been, or may, I don't know, just something about Flamme may have been related to demons, because we learned in episode, what was it, 4 or 5? I can't remember actually, apologies. I think it was 5 though, where the one that imitates dead people, the one that imitates people that, you know, you love and stuff, the demon, we learned that Frieren always saw Flamme and that it was always begging for its life, and Frieren was used to hearing Flamme beg for her life, pleading please, or pleading for help and stuff. And then we learned in episode number 7 that Flamme defined demons as those that could speak, and that was derived from demons that called for help. And so just hearing those two different moments of Flamme calling for help and demons calling for help, it got cogs in my head turning. Do I think Flamme was a demon? Probably not. I couldn't really see that being a thing, though if it is, that's cool, because Flamme is regarded as the mother of human magic, and so if she developed that magic through some sort of demon origins from being somewhat related to demon origins, I think that would make sense. Yet again, I don't know how confident I am in locking that theory in. I don't necessarily think Flamme is a demon. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think it's going to happen. So I just think there might be something related to Flamme's past and demons that can kind of make some stuff be recontextualized, such as the origin of human magic and also those comments about her calling for help and stuff. But then that might be related to like other types of demons from the past that Frieren dealt with, and seeing them try to imitate Flamme. It could be as simple as that. So I just wanted to put that little thing that I had been thinking about out there. The decision to put the episode title at the very end of this episode is one that I love. I have so much adoration for this decision right here. So on the channel, I have also been watching ReZero, and I love when an episode ends and the episode title has a lot of depth and meaning for the episode that just came before it, right? And the episode title within itself can be somewhat spoilery for the contents within the episode for ReZero. And I feel like this one would have been the same. If I had checked out the episode title before seeing the contents of this episode, I might have been able to like think a few things. I don't think I would have come to this conclusion that Frieren has killed more demons than any other being in history. You know, like the demon slayer. She is Frieren the Slayer. Like, that is so badass. It's such a cool piece of information, and like it really recontextualizes, like I've already used that word, this post-hoc analysis, but I'm going to use it again. Frieren's reasoning for joining Heiter, Eisen, and of course Himmel the hero on that journey 80 years ago, for 10 years, to defeat the Demon King. I never voiced it once, but I was always in the back of my head, I was like, why does Frieren care about this? If these 10-year adventures mean nothing to her according to what she says, and all of this, we have no other indication that she has joined any other of these adventures in the past or since. So why does she care enough in that instance to go out of her way to join this one for 10 years? And I think that is kind of pretty much answered within this episode when we learn that she has killed more demons than anyone else in history. So she obviously wanted to go out of her way to kill the Demon King, and by killing the Demon King, she might have thought that would kind of end demons roaming free and just wrap things up in terms of demons. But of course, we know that that wasn't the case, and I don't know if she actually did think that that would happen, or if she just wanted to kill the Demon King because she is the demon killer. She's the slayer, she's the demon slayer, and she wanted to slay the final boss essentially of these demons. But at the same time, going back into what I was talking about during episode 7, Frieren being someone who has killed more demons than anyone else in history, and her being the kind of voice of demons are bad, I'm not saying that that is entirely untrue. I'm not disagreeing with her. We have seen demons do some awful shit, and I'm not saying that they're evil, that they're not evil. I think that they are beings that are doing what they have to survive. And so is Frieren also doing what she has to do to survive? Or is she going out of her way to kill these demons? But basically, going back to what I was talking about, it's going to take more than just these 2 episodes for me to fully understand the depth of demons within this series, because so far we've been introduced to ideas that don't really give a concrete answer, at least not right now anyway. And I do really want to learn more about them. I think that it's going to be one of the most interesting things within the series. But basically, yes, it's hard now to know that Frieren has killed more demons than anyone else in history, and not think that she could potentially be an unreliable narrator in terms of conveying information to the viewer regarding the way demons are. I agree that, you know, we do need to take action against them, and that we do need to fight against them for sure. But when it comes to the inner workings and the inner psyche of demons, we don't have answers yet. Besides, you know, obviously within this episode, I'm gonna contradict myself right now, but Lugner does within this episode talk about how they are just monsters and that they use words as weapons to achieve whatever outcome they require. But then at the same time, Lugner talks about using human tactics and stuff. So I understand that demons are probably selfish beings, right? They do what they need to do for themselves. But the fact that we see them adapting, we saw within episode 7, the flashback, the demon child adapted to a kind of life of peace and wanted peace, but then killed someone and still voiced that she wanted the peace. So it's this question of, did she mean what she was saying? Or like what? Because why did she linger after killing someone if that was the case? Like, it doesn't make sense in my head that she would kill someone, grab a child, and then just stay there. Like, wouldn't you flee immediately if your goal was to kill? I just don't really know what to think of that, especially within the context of this episode, learning that Lugner is using human tactics against a human in terms of, you know, torture, leaving someone there for a prolonged period of time, leaving, walking away, and then coming back to them. So I'm not saying that we should domesticate demons. That is absolutely not what I'm saying, but I just wonder if there is a possibility of working alongside them, or if it's just a fated fight to the end. And either way, I am totally cool with either, you know. I am absolutely fine with a big bad bunch of demons, you know, like demons being a group of monsters that are in no way redeemable whatsoever. And I think that that would be really cool, just to have a full-on big bad bunch, right? But I think it would also be cool to have more depth to them and to learn more about them. That's not me saying that I want that. That's just me saying it would be cool either way if we get a concrete answer for that, because I don't know what the goal of Aura the Guillotine is. So now I'm going to play the other side. I'm going to play the side of demons being bad, because I've been talking about demons potentially not being bad this whole time. So now I'm going to talk about demons, right? They don't really give us an end goal. We don't know their end goal. They just want to raise towns. They want to raise this town. They probably just want to wipe out humans. And why is that? Is it a feeling of, we want to take this territory and we want to make this territory for demons, like make a demon breeding ground? And so in order to do that, we need to wipe out humanity and we need to start afresh. Is that the lining of thinking for demons? Or are they trying to usher in a new era where demons are potentially fighting, like the big sages are fighting in order to be the next demon king, and so they're trying to flex their strength essentially? Like, there's not really any reasoning given to us, and it's hard to trust demons from what we've seen within these past 2 episodes. Do I trust them? Absolutely not. Do I think every character in the series has been entirely valid for their reactions in response to demons? Absolutely. Really quick, I just wanted to jump in and add that yes, I am aware that Frieren is a character who is more than 1,000 years old, so she has had much more understanding of demons than anyone else. So I don't think calling her an unreliable narrator is exactly fair, but it is obvious that she has a great disliking and a huge hatred for demons. And so that's something I'm taking into account as we learn more about the demons throughout the rest of these episodes. I'm sure that we will grow to learn just how deep that hatred goes. And I think that it's absolutely valid and fair. She has lived on this earth on this planet for over 1,000 years, and we have never really seen Frieren show any kind of malice whatsoever up to this point. So the fact that she has gone out of her way to kill so many demons, and that she was on a quest and part of the party that killed the demon king, I feel like that says a lot. That has to mean something, and that really just adds to the pile of demons cannot be trusted, you know? I'm just willing to keep my mind open, at least for now, going forward. I'm sure that going forward, I will learn information that either incriminates or, you know, the opposite for demons. But for now, that's just really all I want to say on the topic. We started this episode with, was it Drat? I think it was Drat, right? Showing up to try to kill Frieren. Frieren quickly reversed that. Frieren was an absolute animal. It was really eye-opening to kind of see Frieren in this manner where she is just so quick, cold, and calculated. And that's pretty much exactly what Lugner was talking about in the previous episode, where she's got cold, dead eyes. And we see her staring at Drat with those cold, dead eyes as he thinks he's won. But then she takes him down, and she basically leaves and sees that there's a dead guard and realizes, shit, this is going to look like I did this, because demon bodies, as we have learned throughout the series, they just dissolve when they're killed. And I wonder if there is a reason for the dissolving, if there's any deeper reasoning for that, or if it's just kind of the way things are. We see Fern eating a burger, and I think it's so funny because burgers to me just seem like the least fantastical food that you could put in a series, but seeing her eat a burger is just, it's funny. We see a little cute kitty cat, and then we come to the conclusion that we need to go and try to convince Graaf, what is his name? Graaf Granite. We need to go to Graaf Granite and discuss a petition to release Frieren, because we can sense that harm is going to come to this town, and harm is absolutely going to come to this town. I hope it doesn't seem like when I'm talking about demons that I'm saying that they should be allowed to roam free and that they should be allowed to do whatever. Like, absolutely not. They need to be put in check, and in this case they need to be taken down because they want to put all of the humans in this town at risk. They want to kill them all, from what we understand. They talked about raising the town in the previous episode, and so we need to stop that, and the only way we can do that is by asking to free Frieren. And that's because at this point Fern and Stark do not know that Frieren has been released. And Stark recalls how Lugner only looked at Frieren, did not even acknowledge him or Fern whatsoever. He was just so focused on Frieren, and that is bothering Stark, because he, yes, recognizes that Frieren is strong and that he was probably looking at her because of his strength, but it's also, you know, we need to, they need to account for what Stark and what Fern can do, right? And then we do see the scene where it looks like Stark pissed himself, and I've flicked through the episode here and it's very curious that it doesn't actually show him below his waist until this point. Like, yes, we do see him spill drink on himself, so it's probably just that he spilled drink on himself, but he could potentially have wet himself. I don't think he did, though. I don't think he did because he is cowardly, but he's not like that. I don't think he's kind of like that. I think he's more courageous than he gives himself credit for. We go then to the next scene where Graaf and Lugner are having this showdown because Graaf realizes that while Frieren has escaped, one of the guards has been executed, and so Lugner's like, oh damn, that Frieren, gosh, what are we gonna do about that, huh? And Graaf's like, no, we know that this couldn't have been her because she surrendered peacefully. She recognizes that killing a guard would lead to her execution, and so she did not do anything to fight back when we captured her initially. So in that case, he's like, where's your other man, Drat? And Lugner's just in that moment like, well, shit, that darn Drat, I guess we gotta fight now, huh? And so that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I don't know where loyalties stand for demons. Is there any kind of loyalty? Do they have respect for one another? Do they just work alongside one another following orders from their boss? Like, is there any kind of pecking order, or do they make friends with one another, or do they genuinely just not care about one another and it's all about a fight for survival? And I feel like that's kind of what my next question is, because if you say that they only care about themselves, then wouldn't that almost contradict what Lugner says later in the episode about how demons develop magic? He says that it's a collaborative project. It's the accumulative magic practice from demons that is passed down through demons. So they practice their own style of magic, pass that on, and develop other magics within demonology from demons. So they do seem to have some sort of working with one another, some sort of collaboration, and some sort of respect for one another in terms of magic. So does that carry throughout the actual thoughts and feelings of demons for other demons as well? Or is it just this one-sided thing for magic and magic only? We get to see Lugner fight using blood magic and it looks sick. It obviously reminded me a lot of Power from Chainsaw Man. Like, I think that goes without saying. I think that I know I'm not the first to make that comparison. Like, I haven't seen anyone else's reaction videos, but I just know I'm not the first to say that. He uses his blood to pierce Graaf's kind of like lower side. It doesn't look to be a killing blow, but one that is very damaging anyway. Frieren meets with Fern and Stark and basically is like, yeah, I gotta leave town because they're after me. They know I did something. And so Stark and Fern are like, can we do something? Can we like help? They're basically begging Frieren to help them. Well, I said Stark is begging Frieren to help because Stark knows how threatening these guys are and doesn't have much battle experience whatsoever. And so he's pretty scared at the prospect of facing them with just Fern. He feels more comfortable with an accomplished fighter and with someone who is very strong like Frieren. And Frieren is like, you can take them on by yourselves, and walks away with a smile as Fern drags Stark along. And I think that's because she feels proud of Fern potentially in that moment, and that she knows that they're going to be able to do what they set forth to do. And then of course we get to see a really cool shot where we see the scales coming down in front of Frieren, and then right after that we see the scales from Aura the executioner. So she's obviously got her sights on this place, and Frieren is in one side of the scales. That's how it looked anyway, the way the transition happened. Frieren is standing there, the scales come down, cover Frieren as though she is one side of the scale, and then on the other side we see Aura and all these headless knights, all of her demon fighters, whatever. And then Frieren smirks and says all the reason to finish this quickly in relation to fighting powerful opponents. She says she doesn't like fighting powerful opponents, but we've never seen her smile in this menacing way like this before now. Stark and Fern, of course, they approach the castle and they go in, and I think it's really cool seeing that Stark is someone who goes to help Fern, but Fern just flies up anyway. It says a lot about the characters that the two of them have, where Fern, not that she's cold, but that she does things for herself more than thinking about someone like Stark, right? And I'm not saying she's a selfish person, but she does look out for herself more than Stark does, that's for sure. And Stark, he was very quick to join Fern when they were going to find a way to progress to the north in episode 6, I think. He was very quick to agree to help Fern in that instance, and in this episode he climbs up and he goes to help Fern. So I do think that he is a very teamwork kind of guy, and that makes a lot of sense for being the frontliner. He needs to be able to trust his team needs to be able to trust him. So if he's out in front and he is doing what he can to help the others, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need in a frontliner. But then we do get that scene where we get to see Flamme putting a magic barrier around this little sprout. And that sprout evolved into this town, and over time it has grown stronger. The barrier is bigger. She's a genius, as Lugner refers to her. She is an absolute genius, and that is when he talks about the collaboration of demons for their magic. He says they all work on one type of magic, they research it their whole lives, but then he talks about how the accumulation of demon magic helps progress demon magic into the future, and so he despises geniuses like Flamme. But this magic by Flamme is so powerful that demons even today cannot combat it. Stark comes in and goes to help Graaf, but as he goes to help, of course Lugner shows up again, and yeah, there's this really intense showdown between Stark and Lugner. I was very nervous because I was worried that something would happen to Stark. Here's where my mind went, and I didn't voice this while I was watching the episode, but my mind went to, oh shit, something's going to happen to Stark. Fern's going to show up, pull him out of there, and then they're going to have to find a healer. And I thought that this would be what leads to them having to find a healer for their party. That was where my mind went to, and I recognize now that is not the case. That's not what had to happen here, and I'm glad, because I don't want to see any of our characters hurt, especially not right now. I feel like we need to see them take down Lugner and this girl, I can't remember her name, in order to fill themselves with confidence that they can do anything, especially Stark. Stark needs the self-confidence that he can do this. And then, of course, Fern shows up with a badass shot in front of the moon and strikes Lugner with a demon-killing variant of Zoltrak. And that's badass, like a demon killing variant of this spell that was used to kill humans. Frieren just flipped the script on demons with this spell. I'm curious to know if we learn anything about Frieren's development of this spell in order to take demons down later down the line. Stark decides that it's a good time for he and Fern to leave with Graaf, and Lugner and the girl kind of just do let them leave, but Lugner makes the point that his blood is on both of them, so he will not lose them. He'll be able to track them. And that's when Lugner shares that he has been struck by this same spell in the past, and that it was by a different mage. He realizes in that moment that the person who struck him was Frieren the Slayer. Frieren the Slayer, who has killed more demons than anyone else in history. And yeah, what a badass, cool way to end this episode. And it's nice knowing that there is some history between Lugner and Frieren. Not that that's important, because Frieren is off dealing with the big fish right now. She is off dealing with Aura. And speaking of Aura, the aura of Frieren as she floats down in front of the moon in a very similar shot to what we saw with Fern. Absolute badass. I love this master and apprentice kind of like mirroring of one another, where we saw Fern kind of in front of it, but Fern didn't have the cold eyes of a killer that Frieren has when Frieren is standing there facing off against Aura. Frieren looks like she is ready to get shit done. She is not there to mess around, and I'm so excited to see what we get in the next episode. I hope that we get a big blowout fight. I expect that we're going to face off against Aura. I expect that Stark and Fern might concoct a plan to take down Lugner and the other girl. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we get. Demons are a really tricky subject within this series, and yeah, I guess right now I just would like a little more time with them to kind of come up with a concrete answer, because yes, this episode definitely does make me fall into the camp more that demons cannot be trusted. There may be no redemption for them because they are very awful within this episode. But then it also poses the question of, why does Frieren go out of her way to kill so many demons? Is there a reason, or is there not? Is there something rooted in her past, potentially with Flamme? Maybe Flamme was killed by a demon. I'm excited to learn more. I really do want to learn more. I hope that we do, and I'm excited to check out the next episode when we do. I'm almost just wanting to dive into the next episode right now, but I don't have time to, sadly. So yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below letting me know if you could be any role within a party system in an MMO or within a fantasy world like this. You know, if you could be a frontliner, if you could be a mage, if you could be a healer or anything like that, support class, whatever it happens to be, let me know what you would be. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you're able to have a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.